I found out that one of our neighbors, who was a few years younger than us, well, she was diagnosed with MS.
Jacques Dutrisac is one of an estimated 100,000 Canadians living with MS. But he's learned something troubling since being diagnosed in 1991. He's also one of 14 people from the same small Ottawa neighborhood where he grew up, who all now have the disease. He's wondering if that could be more than a coincidence and something called an MS cluster. Hilary Johnstone reports.
Yeah, it was all brand new.
59-year-old Jacques Dutrisac is back in the Ottawa neighborhood where he grew up. Childhood memories of playing hide-and-seek with 3 girls his age come flooding back. As adults, all of them were diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
It's amazing the coincidence it's alarming, you know. It makes you really, really wonder what was here at that time.
Dutrisac was diagnosed in 1991. Within weeks, he started hearing about others from Elmvale Acres who also had MS.
I found out that one of our neighbors, who was a few years younger than us, well, she was diagnosed with MS. And then on the parallel street right behind us on Saunderson, another one. Oh, wow, so this is getting ridiculous.
A decade after his diagnosis, he had tracked down a total of 14 people from his neighborhood who were diagnosed with MS as adults, including his old friend from Plesser Street, Diane Ladouceur.
It's shocking to discover, because you start to question, what could it be? You question, is it the environment?
This neighborhood was brand new when Dutrisac, Ladouceur and the others lived here. They used to play in nearby cow fields. They say their doctors have always told them this group is likely a coincidence.
They seem to downplay it, minimize it. And that bothered me, because you always want an answer.
Canada has the highest rate of MS in the world, and Dutrisac says he wonders if this group is part of something called an MS cluster. And a cluster is the perception of a high number of cases of a disease, either at a specific time or in a certain area.
So I'm just going to ask you to take...
Dr. Ruth Ann Mary is an MS researcher and epidemiologist. She says clusters often turn out to be coincidence and are hard to prove.
It's often very challenging to confirm whether a group of cases really is a true cluster, in the sense of really being truly unexpected in that location.
The Public Health Agency of Canada recently started work to collect new numbers on an annual basis of people with MS. It will track data at the provincial, territorial, and national level. That's valuable information for policy analysts who make decisions about where healthcare resources go, and it will help researchers look at MS trends in the population over time.
It's got to be more than a coincidence. There's got to be something here.
Jacques Dutrisac says what he really wants is for someone to take him up on his offer to study the group from Elmvale Acres.
But it is strange, more than you can imagine.
And he wonders if there might be more people with MS who also grew up nearby. Hilary Johnstone, CBC News, Ottawa.